If you're new to the show, you're going to need to understand my Raider rumor scale because I'm getting into my Raider Nation rumors. And also, you can only watch that if you subscribe to youtube.com/Raiders Report. So, what do the Chucky heads mean? 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that. This rumor, not going to happen. 1 Chucky head is a small shred of truth, 25% chance of happening. 2 Chucky heads, people are talking 50-50. 3 Chucky heads is pretty likely 75% chance of happening. And then 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby. 100% this rumor is going to happen. The first Raider Nation rumor coming up here on the board is from Skeleton Crew. I'm guessing you're some sort of Dodgers and Raiders fan there, judging by your picture. And it's an interesting question. Are the Raiders going to become a dominant force for the next few decades, right, in Las Vegas? Well, decades is a long time, but could they become a force? Sure, I'm giving it 2 Chucky heads, and I think people are talking. The one interesting point that you make in this in your comment section is players, big-name players, are going to want to come to Vegas because it's tax-free Vegas. So they're going to be able to make a little bit more money, which I find interesting. Then you look at how much money they have in 2019 to spend on free agency, $95 million, a lot there. 5 of the first 65 picks and maybe 6 of the top 90. So they're going to be able to really build in free agency, and they're going to be able to build in the draft. So, hey, maybe they could be dominant in Vegas. But I want to know from you, when will the Raiders make the playoffs again? Could it be in 2019? Could it be in 2020? Could it be in 2045? I have no idea. When will the Raiders make the playoffs? If you guys want to know when I think the Raiders will make the playoffs, if you're watching this on YouTube, check out Raider Rumors. All right, next one coming up here on the board is from Mondo Rubio. And great last name. My only thing, Mondo, can we get a picture for you? Because I absolutely hate the M, I'll be honest. And his rumor is, are the Raiders going to trade for Aaron Rodgers? Mondo, I would love to see Aaron repping some silver and black. But this is a 0 Chucky head tuck rule. Tuck that, my man. So Rodgers continues to carry the Packers, which you stated. And yes, they're 4-6-1. The same record as the Cleveland Browns. Here's the thing, though. I just don't see Aaron Rodgers leaving the Green Bay Packers. Like, yes, he's frustrated, I'm sure, with Mike McCarthy and what's going on there. But I don't know if coming to Oakland right away is the answer. Would he understand the West Coast system? I believe he would. But the point that you make and why he's ultimately going to end up coming to the Raiders is that he would be back in his home state and near his college. My only issue with that is the Raiders are moving to Las Vegas. So if that's your main argument, that's why it's tuck rule, tuck that. So I always give my Chucky heads. I want to know from you, how many Chucky heads would you give the Aaron Rodgers trade rumor? 1, 2, 3, 4, or is it 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that? Comment below. The last Raider Nation rumor is from Chris Rubio. And Chris, are you guys brothers? Because you guys look the same. I mean, C and M is pretty close. So the rumor that you came up with are the Raiders to get Jalen Ramsey in 2019. I'm only going to give this one Chucky head, and I think it's a small shred of truth. Now, the idea is interesting. So the reports have already come out that the Jags are looking to trade Ramsey. I've heard them, and sure, Blake Bortles isn't the answer for the Jags at quarterback. So why necessarily does that matter? It matters because this is the projected trade that you guys gave us. So the Jaguars would ultimately receive the Raiders' first pick in 2019 draft, which is currently pick 3. The Raiders would receive Jalen Ramsey and the Jags' first pick in 2019, which is actually pick 6. Now, I think this is a great idea, and the reason why I gave it 1 Chucky head is because I don't think that they would get Jalen Ramsey. Now, they could potentially get another player on the Jags in exchange for that first-round pick. Then, heck, I would give that 2 Chucky heads. I think it's a great idea, and I've already said that I think the Raiders could potentially even trade that number 3 pick. I think that they should if they can't get Nick Bosa. Jalen Ramsey is an unbelievable shutdown corner. He's young, he's lanky, and I think he could be one of the best, if not the best corner in the NFL. Maybe not this year, but in his 11 games he's played this year, he's been great. Like 42 tackles, 3 interceptions. Now, he hasn't been what he was last year, but I think that could also be a lot to do with just the Jags defense in general, just being frustrated. So, I want to know from you, okay? Jalen Ramsey for the Raiders' first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. If you're sitting there, would you accept it or would you decline? So I want you to type A for accept or type D for decline. If it's Jalen Ramsey and the first round pick for the Raiders' first round pick or first overall pick, yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. I would definitely accept that. So I'm typing my A.